Hello everyone, this is a company's team meeting. Today is a Wednesday, April 22nd. We are on a recording line. Please make sure you mute yourself. We are recording this session. Some of you guys are not muted. I can see your guys' face is here recording. Let me make sure we fix that. We're gonna have to cut this part now. If you're not talking, you have to be muted. Otherwise, it's gonna start showing your name. Okay? Make sure you mute everything. And some of you guys are not muted. So Nick is not muted. That's why we see his face right now. And Edwin is not muted. Edwin, we can control your sound.
Already mute. I was already mute. Let me mute myself.
Yeah, look, there is no mute button for you. See, everybody has mute button. You don't have it. I have it, you see. Okay, so one more time. This is a company's meeting at Website Depot. We have lots of team members present today. So this is Website Depot teamwork. We'll be asking some questions. Our team leaders, how are they coping right now with, being separated, but at the same time being connected, working together on the project, such as, projects, building websites, development, marketing, strategizing, and connecting, right? So this is how we do our Wednesdays. Basically, we assign ourselves tasks. We look at what has been done previous week, what are the obstacles, what are the problems, where the mastermind is needed. That means that a company needs to brainstorm, connect with other teams. We will introduce you to some of our team leaders today, so that way you're going to be able to connect the face to the person that works with you or works in your account. To start today, I would like to introduce, Robert Alvarez, our business acquisition director. Been very successful right now, coping with tons of phone calls. Right, every phone call is unique. Everybody feels, down nowadays. Needs a little bit of a massaging and therapy. So communications are good, however they are, for all of us, right? The way we feel we are not in jail. So Robert, you've been with the company since company started, right? You're one of the initial team members, and you're now director of sales. How is your team, right, coping now with this situation, working from home, dealing with leads, customer service, transforming businesses, be able to handle all the meetings, and at the same time still have some personal time? What would you say, Robert? You're mute.
We've dedicated, I see that. We dedicate our time like 2 hours a day to follow up with people. We're having like daily 1 hour sessions where we communicate about clients, talk about them, and essentially find the best way to help the client out. Because at the end of the day, that's what it is. Closing a client is helping a business succeed, whether it's a website or doing marketing. Just finding the best course of action to help them out.
Okay. Have you guys changed anything now when it comes to meetings or policy and procedures yourself in a company, in a sales department, due to situation we are in right now?
We haven't. I think like the biggest thing that has changed is the distractions. Before we were with everybody else, so we would see what the designers were doing, the developers are doing, and I guess the biggest change that we had is just having more time to concentrate on the clients.
Okay. Thank you, Robert. We wish you a lot of success. You're in team, right? You have Merce, you have Ezekiel, you have Arthur, you have a lot of people, Frankie,
we have
Ellen
you.
helping you, myself. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, thank you, Robert. So now we're gonna give a word to our director of video. We are creating video today. I know you noticed that we are all, dressed up a little bit, or as much as we could be. We made our own hair with our own hairdressing tools, without a hairstylist help. We will give a word to our Noel. Noel is our, new addition, very talented, graduated from USC, director of film and, film creation development. editing, photographer. He's an expert of all the digital recording, right? So Noel, how is your team coping with? You know, I know that one of the studios got shut down. You guys are using different studios. You guys are doing a lot from home. Tell us more about how your team is handling situation right now. You're mute. Okay, 1 second. One more. Just wait.
My bad.
Yeah, you're gonna be spotlighted right now. Let's go.
Oh, cool. So some things haven't changed as much, like editing. A lot of stuff can happen remote. It's mostly been creating new content that's been a little tricky from home. It seems like kind of a fun new challenge to be like, all right, what can we create in the house? I'm very lucky to have a roommate that does modeling and went to USC for acting. So it's been really cool to shoot with her. But there's a lot of obstacles in not having a studio. So we've had some fun creative solutions like taping up bed sheets and new fun ways of lighting things. That's been, so I think we've learned things we can actually take with us out of this situation too.
Yeah, that's phenomenal how you guys were able to, you know, to adjust, and a very big thank to yourself and your, you know, Catherine helping, you know, recording those nice videos, the one we played earlier. Good job, good job. And then today, you know, some of our team members have questions, you know, why are we doing this, why we're recording this. What is this footage that we're creating right now, right, as we speak? How is this footage gonna help you create better content for Website Depot or whatever else we are creating for Academy or teaching? Like how that's gonna implement with your work? Can you share a little bit with the teammates, please?
Absolutely. Well, kind of going back to how creating new content is hard when we're all remote, this is a great opportunity to show everybody that we are still working and to show a little bit of the spaces that we are in, and find a way kind of to still connect like through the screen. So this is a great way for us to be able to generate new content and connect with all different sides of the company and give that a platform. But remotely all at the same time.
Yep, I agree. Mm-hmm. Danny, did we lose you?
No, I was just checking out the videos on YouTube. I noticed that we're getting a lot of views. One of them had like 50K.
They're really good.
No,
Yeah.
you guys didn't lose me. So thank you, Noel. So Noel basically explain you right now, you know, how this is gonna interact, right, with the footage that we're creating, with the videos you guys been seeing. We took some screenshots right now as well, so we can have it for our own, you know, records. So more of you guys should be taking those screenshots as well. Don't just rely on us, okay?
Yeah, I know all your videos are great. I always tell you, but you're doing a great job.
Thank you, appreciate it. You guys are all fun to work with, so it makes it easy.
Okay, thank you, Noel. Thank you very much. You know, we are so much looking forward to seeing this this video, you know, on YouTube, Vimeo, or everywhere else, right? Hopefully one day on CNN as well. So, and everybody looks so cute, you know, hardworking, chilled up, serious, professional. We love it. We just love it. You're welcome. Okay, so now let's go from videos, right? From videos and then from sales acquisitions. Let's step the game up a little bit and let's give a chance right now to our digital content strategist that's been with the company quite a while. He's also a PR for the company, well-spoken, graduated in PR, public relations. Let me introduce you here, our famous Ezekiel Hernandez, host of Roast Me, Don't Yoast Me, or Yoast Me, Don't Roast Me channel on our podcast. And today we're going to be having a podcast. So Zeke, tell us, how is your team coping? How are you doing this? And how, you know, what measures your team has taken to cope with this remote working and still connecting? I think you guys were creating last Wednesday, like 5 of you guys created one page. It was like one of the iron chefs of marketing won the reward.
Yeah. I mean, well, what's good is our department produces digital content of every type. So we really haven't gotten behind in terms of like the quarantine or anything. But I mean, the only difference really is like, say we had some face-to-face time with clients, we can't do that right now. So we're doing that on things such as Zoom and everything. But I think the team is working pretty cohesively. Like if we have an assignment that needs to go out, whether it's writing, whether it's like something like podcasts, or even PR and PR engagement, we'll assign that to the right person, and it gets done pretty quickly. I think it's going pretty smooth as of right now. I hope you got that.
Yeah. Thank you, Zeke. Thank you very much. And then, what are you guys seeing now in this content? I mean, there is a lot of COVID-19 pandemic things that you guys are writing about, transformation. I know this morning you had a phone call from Suder, one of our customers.
Oh yeah.
He's transforming his business from financing businesses into selling masks. So that's all interesting, right? How things are changing, and you as a content writer and a content strategist and leader of your team, how are you guys going to be coping with these changes? I mean, it must be going nuts. Just writing about loans one day, another day about selling masks for the same customer.
Yeah, things are constantly changing with businesses right now, and that's really what's most important. Fortunate, that's what we lost out on more is, not every business is bulletproof in this pandemic. So a few of them have taken some hits and everything. So we have to kind of like deal with that. And for those that we could really put some good stuff out to represent them, whether it has to do with COVID or not, we'll put our best foot forward for them, so that they put out the right message, saying, you get some return on investment. It gets like, it catches the eye of those potential clients that they would catch.
Okay, thank you very much.
Mm-hmm.
So this is, from digital content strategies, right? PR publicists that sees all those changes. That way you guys can kind of understand how this is evolving really fast and how important it is to stay connected. Everybody's on the same page, right? Because there might be a hashtags going in on social media about, finance and, this, but then, we're selling masks today, who knows? Okay,
Right.
thank you very much. And
Thank
in
you,
your team,
guys.
you have Greg, you have Cami, right? You have Ethan.
Right. They've
You
been
have
working great. Very
Jane,
great.
Doris, to mention a few. Yeah, I mean, we should mention everybody, but we are time constrained because some people, have roommates locked down. Okay,
Yeah.
let's get subject to the next person. So
Thank you.
now from the content, let's talk about the design a little bit, right? From the content, we do the design. We have our, long-term, team member that has a very good track record being, a creative designer for the print shop back here in east side of Los Angeles. Vast of experiences in typography, graphic design, artist by heart and hobby. I've gotten few of his art pieces at home, as well as my children, created by our creative director, Mark. Mark, how are you doing today?
I'm good. Good, thank you.
So, Mark, you guys are in a design business. So, how are you guys coping with this design right now? When you have, all those customers making changes. You just heard about Suder. You're going to be designing his selling masks. Logos. Your way, you were just redesigning, right, from tree trimming to the COVID disinfection. So, how is your team coping with it? Who is on your team? We have. Rochelle here, right? Your new addition in the creative space.
Yeah, Jenny and Rochelle.
Jenny will talk later more about. She's our UX UI specialist. So tell us how your team is coping with that, Mark.
Basically, we have to have communication with everyone on the team. We have to, when we get a new client and say a salesperson talks to the client, we have to make sure that we try to communicate with the client too before we start on their, say, logo or what have you, because we need to know how exactly they want it, so we don't waste time designing something and then submitting it from them just being like, oh, this is not anything like I was looking for. We have to certain questions we have to ask, and just to save time and get something that's obviously got to look at the industry they're in and what's current in terms of like the look and feel of the branding. So just it's just communication. That's key always. So
Okay, thank you, Mark. Thank you very much. Here, Rochelle, how are you? You're on his team, right? How are you coping with communication and working? How is Mark helping with coaching you in creative strategy remotely? Well, he is in one side of the town, which is close to the beach, and you are, in a different county, basically, right? So how are you guys cooperating and working together?
He's really good at answering questions if I ask any. He's really fast at responding.
Thank you. Okay, and you guys connect on Zoom. I with Zoom, right? So we are connecting right now, sharing screen, right? Working together. So thank you, Rochelle. So from the design, what happens at Website Depot, we pass those creative things to our development team, right? We have with us, our chief of developers, our chief technology officer. He's been with the company since the company started. He's also a stockholder of the company. Let me introduce my, small partner here, Nick Jeffers, with the small shares in the company. How are you, Nick?
Good, good.
So how is your team coping with, Nick? How is your team coping with this COVID-19 changes on a website? I think every website needs to be launched today or yesterday, right?
Yeah.
You have developers all over the place. I remember when you were in the office with your team, like Elena, team leader, you guys were like, putting heads together, you, Ellen, and Edwin, and looking together at the screen. I don't know how this is now taking space, but this is how we are interested, right? Like how you guys are coping with this and how you guys handling.
So at first it was a little bit tough, right? Like you said, we used to meet in person and everything, kind of do huddles that way. So it's a bit difficult for that in the first couple of days, but after that we got a bit more streamlined. It just took a little bit getting used to. I think the main takeaway during COVID-19 is communication is key. So nowadays we have shorter, more streamlined meetings that are a bit more organized, and we rely more on our online tools now, which is going to be like Zoom, Slack, HubSpot. You got all those tools like that, and that's basically helped. Zoom again has been great. Outside of that, we've kind of, like I said, moved towards more digital instead of in person, and that's been great for us.
Yeah, thank you. And then how are the customers right now when you guys are changing all those things in the customers, and how are you guys available schedules? You guys working extra time?
Yeah, there's a bit more work now, I think, because everybody's online presence is more important now than it was before, as people can't obviously go outside very often. So that's one part of it there. So we do have a lot more work there. So the better communication and more streamlined process actually helps us to work a bit faster because we have less distractions. So we're keeping up pretty good, but yeah, there's a lot of work right now.
Okay, thank you, Nick. This is Nick, our Chief Technology Officer. There are a lot of things are changing inside the company. We can mention a few, but Nick is also creator of our framework, WP Shuttle, for the WordPress. Right, that's very important. He's also a member of Code Canyon, right? Him and Sasho.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, this is like a top level, programming with Elena. I think is also part of it, and Mohammed.
Mm-hmm.
And then, we are building Lena. Lena is the artificial intelligence software by Website Depot that's going to help scale our business and scale, helping small businesses. Nick, that's how you're well known, right? You're well known to automate things, right? Make something simple.
Yep. Work smarter, not harder.
Yeah. Nick basically say one of our customers,
yes.
maybe believe it or not, but Nick programmed something that save our customer maybe 20 full-time jobs. So Nick is very good at that. Thank you, Nick. So from development, we have our chief technology officer. We have two other team members I would like to mention. First of all is my brother in Europe, Sasho. Sasha, how are you doing right now in Europe? It's Slovenia. It's 9 p.m. or what time is it? At 9 or 8?
8.
Oh, you guys didn't change the time yet?
We did.
Oh, you did? We did too. Should be 9 hours apart, no? Okay, that doesn't make sense. But how are you, Sasha? How are you guys coping over there with overseas? I think your team has doubled in size in the last month. How are you coping with that? And you have 2 time zones. You're connecting American team with the overnight team. How is that going for you, Sasha?
It's going pretty good. We've been doing this for a while, so it's nothing new for me.
Okay, I like to hear that, right? Sasha is very simple man. We've been doing that for a long time, so it's nothing new for him. Sasha, when did you start? When did you start graphic design? How old were you when you started graphic design? Corel Draw 4 or 5? What year was that?
I was 12 years old, so around 96, I think.
96. Okay. All right. Thank you, Sasha. We appreciate all your help. We know we have a low connection. Thank you for being part here of the team and managing overseas team. And then we have Elena here. Elena is our, you know, our feminine team leader. She makes sure the meetings takes place. You know, we have Sasha and Nick. They forget what Danny says sometimes. So we have Elena over there making sure those meetings taking space. And, you know, Elena, how are you coping with, you know, putting all those developers in order, you know, getting everybody to listen to you? How are you doing that?
Just communication is key. Making sure to stay on top of it, bothering everybody as much as possible, you know.
Okay, thank you. And then we have here, you know, our right-hand man, left-hand man. I can talk for minutes right now and hours. So wouldn't be enough words to mention our Chief Operational Officer, Alejandra Villarreal. She's been, you know, coping with you guys, organizing those meetings, making sure that companies' protocols are being met, procedures and processes. Ellie has big teams, right? She oversees everything. So Ellie, from your end, so you're a team leader, like global team leader. You connect everything. You know, you do everything. What we need over here, all the consultations, management of the customers, management of the team. How are you coping with that, Ellie?
Well, it was, let's just say, quite a switch. But I think everyone's mentioned the same thing is communication. That I think is more crucial than ever. But other than communication, I think just a reminder. So I think what I've been doing as well is just trying to help everyone understand what they need to be doing. Also, maybe just give like a friendly reminder, like, have you done this? Have you done this? Have you done this? And then just making sure we as teams all have meetings because we're not in the office anymore, so we can't really see each other face to face. So it becomes a little difficult to ask those questions. So just continuing with meetings, making sure all our clients are being spoken to and going above and beyond. And then also just picking each department's brain and seeing how we can make any like changes accordingly with our clients, because everyone has, you know, different insights right now. So I think just going back to it, communication and just having more meetings. So yeah. Yes.
Thank you, Ellie, very much. Ellie has been very busy. There's a lot of meetings. Sometimes she's missing the meetings. That's why we record those meetings. It's very important, right? The recording of the meetings is extremely important. That way, you know, meetings are taken serious and there's no time wasting. If the meeting is not recorded, we know what happened, right? This is the same thing like, you know, when you're supposed to have a body camera, right? And then you did something wrong, and then for some reason the body camera doesn't have a footage, right?
Definitely.
Your default, you know, default to you a little bit faulty, right?
Yeah, and then notes on everything. I think that's another thing too that's helping us. Just writing down everything that we speak to, just so we don't forget, and everyone's kind of on the same page.
Okay. Thank you, Ali. So here from Ali, basically from operations, what happens, we have, you know, a big talent with us here that I'd like to introduce is basically a UX, UI strategist for the company. She has been educated in Bay Area, special courses, big transformation, right? Very talented from the internship to the programmer, from a programmer, developer into, you know, UX, UI strategist. Here is Jenny Huang. Jenny, is your team coping with? I know you have so many UX UI sites you guys have to look at. This is very important right now. We know that entire America is on internet. We know that YouTube can handle European, streaming of HD videos. There is a huge demand, and speed is very important, right? So what are you guys seeing in your department, UX UI, now in these times, and how are you guys dealing with remotely working? You know, like making the UX UI, making the spreadsheet, making the QAs, and then implementing this into the end result.
I feel like by having like weekly meetings, it's nice to be able to like reconvene with the group and with the team. And if there are like things that we can come across during like UX UI analysis or like QAing, and there are issues that we come across, I think it's great that we're able to like talk to developers and designers and just work together on like improving what needs to be improved on, and whoever could like tackle on whichever task they could like do it. So it's been nice having weekly meetings and just kind of catching up with each other, making sure we're all on top of everything.
Okay. Thank you, Jenny. Thank you very much. Yeah, Jenny is our expert in UI UX. It's very important now, right? Because marketer, we drive a traffic to the websites, and then what happens is this traffic needs to convert into the something, right? Into the lead, into the email, into something that can help us, convert them into end up customers. So it's very important, job title, and it makes a big difference in the CRO management, in marketing, right? CRO stands for focusing on conversion, right? Conversion rate optimization rather than just optimization for the search engine. Okay, so from UX UI it goes then to marketing team, right? And Ali runs the marketing team. Let me introduce another C-level officer that we have present today, and that would be our chief marketing officer, Mr. Ethan Farley. He's been working for our agencies. It's local here in Southern California. Well knowledgeable in SEO, now passing Google partner certifications in Google Ads, basics in Facebook's, helping with email marketing, connecting us with the customers on a bigger scale rather than just the phone calls. Is Ethan Farley. Ethan, how are we marketing Website Depot right now, and what are you guys seeing? And how are you guys handling these remote sections?
Hey, yeah, so I think the biggest change with remote is obviously we can't visit each other's desks. So communication's changed a lot, but I don't think it's for the worse. I think my team has a much easier time with task prioritization now, since there's no emergencies and no fires, there's no one, running in, shouting about what they need to do. So everyone's, I think, a lot more task oriented now. We're able to prioritize, like, this is most important, then we get to these clients, then we can help secondary clients. Overall, though, the field, I think it's changing a lot, and again, not necessarily for the worse. Everyone's rolling out new responses to the COVID crisis. We have Facebook making changes, Google making changes. One of the bigger ones, Google Shopping, was announced that it'll be a free service today rather than paid. So everything is changing, and I think that gives us a special edge because now we have the time to do the research to keep up with these things. And we're trying to constantly change to offer new services for our clients. So I think it's a unique opportunity.
Okay, thank you, Ethan. It's a lot of transformation, right, happening in this space. And now in Ethan's team, so we have director of social media with us present. It's a person that helps us making sure that our customers' content goes out, that we are talking about what's happening, COVID-19 procedures. Some places are closed down, some places do deliveries only, and this is our director of marketing, Angelica Hidalgo. So Angelica, how is your team coping with? We have a lot of people in your team. We have Paola, we have Rachel, we have Rochelle. So how are you guys managing this?
I think the most important thing we've been doing is communicating with our managers and getting a better understanding what each client is going through right now, and see what we could give their clients information about their business, not misinforming them, and just staying on top of it. That's all.
Okay, thank you, Angelica. And we have your helpers here, right? We have, you know, our newest edition that has a vast experience in marketing, right? A lot of experience in the CMO, as well as, you know, running the teams. Let me introduce Melanie Valerial. She is, you know, our digital marketing strategist, director of paid marketing. So Melanie, welcome. And how are you guys coping with? I know you guys are in a big demand. I've seen you've been working like 11, 12 hours a day. We really appreciate all the hard work you're putting in. And what would you say? What changes you're seeing, and where is all this going? I know you're a person with the visions, with the future visions.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you, Danny. No, it's been really great joining the team, especially at a time like this. There's, like Ethan said, so much opportunity with everything that's going on. One of our biggest jobs with what we do is coming up with the content that's going to matter to clients. So it's our job to stay ahead of trends, stay informed. You want to be on the front end of the T-shirt challenge, not on the back end. So whenever there's chaos and crisis like there is right now, it just really unifies the country, and it gives us this new dialogue that's free from competition and negativity, and we just get to have all these great conversations about working together and coming together and going through these challenges at the same time. That's something that's really unique about this situation, is that we're going through it with our clients. So as a marketer, you always want to speak from the customer's standpoint. So we have firsthand knowledge about what people are dealing with being stuck at home, because we're stuck at home too. So we're learning how to rely on tools like Basecamp and Zoom and Slack and all these great resources that have already been out there, but now we can perfect them in our operation, use them to just execute everything perfectly seamlessly, and just take our communication to the next level. So I think that's really what everybody's been focused on, like you've heard, is just that flawless communication, making sure everything's getting done when it needs to be, but ultimately at the end of the day, bringing just a tremendous service to the clients that's filled with relatability and just things that their customers can chomp down on, and just get them out there in a positive way.
Yeah, thank you very much, Melanie. Thank you very much. I know we appreciate all that. That's a lot of hours needed for all those transformations, all those changes, and it's good to communicate. Yeah, thank you very much. So from here we go. Basically, right now we mentioned more or less everyone, but let's give a chance to some other individuals real quick with the questions. So we have with us a person that is handling our projects, that oversees, what comes from customers directly, to the team. Project management is extremely important, position in digital marketing, making sure all the changes are done. We know all the customers are home right now, or primarily, most of the business owners have more time looking at their online presence, wanted to get more things done, right? I had a conversation yesterday with our well-known client, Dr. Mobasser, and I explained to him, look, doctor, you're asking for, for a VIP full course treatment over here, while you're only paying for appetizer and a soup. And then he started laughing, but here is our Alan Kalanick, our, project management. So Alan, how are you coping with all those websites? And I think we launched a few, but we are supposed to launch like a couple dozens. How are you guys doing that?
Right, so it really just comes down to us kind of communicating to a lot of our clients in a better way. So, we're internally right now, we're not really able to talk, going to someone's desk, kind of helping someone out, whether it be a designer or a developer or something like that, with kind of, explaining a design better, or kind of what else we can do. So we have to kind of come up with some better ways, usually through Zoom or through some other screen shares, to kind of get those points across. A lot of parts like that have really helped us out, because, it feels like we're coming to those meetings a little bit more prepared now, since we kind of have an idea of what's going to be going on. And I think it's changed on a lot on our client side as well too, because, a lot of them now are, a lot more sort of, I don't want to say picky, but, they're really kind of analyzing their websites a lot more than they used to, since they kind of have, more time to really dig into the details and all of that. So I feel like I've been dealing with a lot more sort of detail-oriented work from a lot of them, a lot more sort of, fine-tuning, requests like that, rather than just kind of focusing on the bigger picture. So a lot of things like that for sure, you know, we've been getting a lot of requests for it. So it really comes down to just making sure we note everything down, communicate well with them, you know, making sure that the requests get handled. And, you know, obviously with how fast things are changing, you know, everyone's kind of logging in online right now. You know, there's a lot less, you know, next to no one really is walking outside, going places, you know, it's really all just online now. So, you know, we really have to make sure those sites are working out well, or else, you know, they're really going to be taking a hit to their business. And, you know, they're not going to really be able to do much right now.
Yeah, that's correct. I mean, specifically for the customers that are in transformation mode right now, right? They're freezing and they want to like shape up their, you know, their presence. Yeah, thank you, Alan. Appreciate all your hard work and stuff. So we have here also our, you know, content strategies that helps us put the word out there, generating a lot of good content for our website. We transform her position from you know, managing our new state Arizona, where we were going to do business, you know, expansion, and now she's gifted with the content, with the writing. She's been blogger. So let me introduce you guys our Cami from Arizona. Cami, how are you doing today? And how are you guys putting all this on the writing, all those ideas, all the things what you guys are hearing? Can you write about that? Can you write about this? How are you coping with that?
Hi, I'm doing well. Sorry, I was doing some research for my next piece for the Website Depot blog, so that's why I looked kind of funny there for a second. But I'm doing pretty well down here, just kind of plugging away. I'm used to working from home already, so yeah. A lot of what we're writing right now is kind of based on the coronavirus, just because it's become such a huge presence and factor in all of our lives. But it does give you some creativity with what you're writing about, because, you know, a lot of what we see right now is pretty negative when it comes to this pandemic. But, you know, we kind of have gotten good at putting like a positive spin on it lately, writing about like working from home tips, how you can actually improve your business during the coronavirus, all that good stuff.
Okay, thank you, Cami. Thank you very much. We appreciate you're getting a lot of views. You're making a lot of, you know, progress on Website Depot content, as well as, you know, all other affiliates from Danny Star, SE Expert Danny, Sterling Silver Frame, Lady Danger, to name a few. And now we have with us also a new business acquisition, you know, team member that is planning to, you know, help us with expansion in our neighborhood area, Glendale. We will introduce here Miss Merce. Miss Merce, how are you coping with you know, with the customers trying to sign up? And some people want to, you know, some people want websites for $300. Some people want websites for $30,000. Some people are not ready yet. Some people need mental therapy because they are in panic mode. They're losing their business. So tell us more how you're coping with that, Miss Merce.
That's so true, Danny. Right now is a very difficult time for everyone, not just businesses. So at this point, most of the conversations and the phone calls is more of a client relationship and just kind of understanding what they're going through. And then the next follow-up questions comes out as either referrals or understanding where they need help with. But at this point, a lot of people are getting excited about getting educated and going towards more digital marketing, which is exciting for us and getting us a little bit more busier. But it's been going well, but kind of just shifting people to think differently, especially to those businesses who are actually shutting down. But when they see our newsletter and when they see that we're working hard and nothing has changed for us, we just got a little bit more busier, it gets them a little bit more excited to join us. So it's challenging, but it's going towards a good path.
Yes, thank you very much, Merce. We appreciate that. We know there is a lot of time needed, you know, communicating with customers. So people are like, yeah, we'll just talk for a couple minutes, but those couple minutes turn into 20, 30 minutes. And, you know, there's so many conversations you can have. Understand. Okay, so we also have today present, you know, a special person here. Website Depot is based on, you know, internship. We put a lot on internships. Internships are very important for us. where we bring a new talent, you know, and we open their, you know, their way into, you know, into their careers, right? Because school is one thing, but then experiences and, you know, knowing how to do work and where they actually want to work, it's another thing. So let me introduce here our intern that has to do internships right now remotely, and is helping us right now with the process and protocol for the other interns that are in waiting line till this is finalized, so we can, you know, onboard them really quickly to the new system and protocol, particularly those videos. So here is our, you know, Arjun. Arjun, how are you? Thank you for, you know, for being part of this team, and tell us how is internship right now at Website Depot, remote internship? This is something new for me. Like, how are you doing? You miss something? You miss my face, or you miss Ali's face, or you're cool over there?
Well, yeah, I missed being in the office, but I think this is a different experience as well. Just working online, I think you learn a lot how to communicate without being in the office space. But it's been a great experience so far. Communication with Ali and Ethan and everybody else has been great. And I'm just thankful of this opportunity during these times and having the internship.
Thank you, thank you. And let's give a word to so Arjun, yeah, we need more of your help. We have 7 interns right now that wanna start helping. 3 of them completely don't want to get paid anything at all, and the other 4 they're going to be on a new conversation levels. We are going to be expanding the internship with the part-time employment. Just because we've noticed is we get more out of the intern if they're, you know, involved more hours. And then, you know, Charles is not present here, but our legal counselor for the company, he has drafted, you know, new contracts for internships, and that's going to be rolled out as well. Okay, thank you, Arjun. So since I gave almost everybody a chance to say something, let's not, you know, leave everyone hanging, and let's give a chance to some other hard workers. Here is a person present today, and don't move the camera, please. Come on, sir, put the camera back up. Has been working for the company a very long time, many hours, right? When the websites are down and the customers are like, hey, Danny, fix it up. And they just think that I'm like walking a zombie around with the laptops, updating their websites and fixing everything. I'm really like a miracle if you think about it. Like, people text me, my website is down, my website is hacked, and all those things get handled in extraordinary times. And here is one reason. Here is Mr. Edwin Quijada, a senior web developer. He has a specialty in WordPress, Shopify, Magento, as well as, you know, Windows ASP. Here is our Edwin Quijada. Edwin, thank you very much for your hard work. How are you coping? I mean, you've been working from home a lot, but anyhow, do you miss Nick and Elena? You're mute. Let me unmute you. I'll help you, buddy. No, I can't. I don't have command for you.
Yeah, I like working in a team environment. I really miss the office, you know, like working together, you know, like figuring out how to finish the websites and stuff like that, you know. But at the same time, I think it's good, you know, because we're more focused, we communicate better, and you know, we have more time to, you know, finish the sites faster too, you know.
Okay, thank you, Edwin. Thank you for everything. Yeah, it's true, and we appreciate all your hard work. So here we have a couple more people we haven't called out. This meeting is going to be ending soon. Let's give a chance to our, you know, senior content writer here, also specializing in scripts. Here is our, you know, Jose Luna, a well-known writer in Spanish, with all types of backgrounds as well as English. So Jose, yeah, Jose is the reason you guys see a lot of content on our Serverlandia, our new projects, non-profit coronavirus stats that we have built, and all that stuff. Jose, how are you guys? How are you coping with this? You know, working from home. You've been working from home for a long time, no?
Yeah, it's okay. I miss my commute more than anything. Give me a chance to read, but no, working from home has been interesting. There's a lot of writing to be done, a lot of content, and a lot of it is about the coronavirus pandemic, so that gets a little bit overwhelming at points. But it's interesting. I feel like we are in a particular position where we have the duty to deliver reliable, reassuring, and informative content to people, to all sorts of consumers. And because we write for so many different industries, that a lot of people are getting a lot of information from us. So I think that it's interesting to put in so much research and so much effort into like delivering quality content while also remaining effective and in a home environment, which isn't ideal for productivity, I guess, most of the time. But I have a cat, so can I complain?
Okay, say hi to your cat. I like that. Yeah, I like that. So thank you, Jose. That was very nice to hear from you. You know how you're coping with it, and it's true. It does. You know, it does affect productivity. I mean, creativity. Not necessarily productivity, but creativity definitely. You know, I work half of my time. If you want to ask me a question, half of my time I work in a lunchroom. Believe it or not, because it has a you know, a big opening, which is the back door, right? It gives me thinking I'm like still somewhere else besides, you know, I feel like I'm in jail over here with a computer. So that's how I'm coping. And Ali, I see right there, I hear, and then Angelica, I hear birds. So it's awesome to hear that nature and fill up a little bit of creativity, right, Jose? Pet animals, yeah, that's an interesting thing you mentioned this, because I read an article this morning about, you know, on Forbes about working from home, and animal is basically you know, helping stress. Believe it or not, people with animals live longer, just as people that are married live longer, and that tells you a lot about that. So anybody who has animals, we will do the animal Zoom. I will borrow Kobe, a pit bull from Frankie, so that way I'll come with a dog too. You guys are gonna love that dog.
Yes,
yeah.
love dogs.
Okay. And then we still have here another person that hasn't spoken yet, and is the only person in the office that has been hardworking, extremely hardworking. The only person that sees me every day, more or less every day. We are apart right now, 25 feet. Okay, we only have a window in between. Yeah, we have our own, you know, kitchen areas. We have our own bathrooms. But here is my assistant, my helper, our HR manager that you know, handles you guys and explaining you when the money comes to the bank and when things are happening, and to have a right bank account. We have, you know, all that stuff. The bills are getting paid, and you know, customer getting charged for your hard work. Here is Sam. Sam, how are you?
Hang in there. Hanging in there.
Yeah.
Thank you for all the hard work, Sam. Nice having you. Right, stay safe. Okay. I see you getting shipment every day. So Sam is also collecting all the PPE equipment. Sam got us a very special masks that have, you know, protective gear for our photographers, our salespeople. We know the Zig yesterday was with the customers. I know we know Noel has been with the customers, Frankie, and then we got masks for employees, website Depot masks. See, I think we got 1,000 of those. So if anybody needs masks, I don't know how protective they are. We need to look at the marks thing, but those are website Depot masks, and Sam is helping us with all this stuff. So they open, and then you can put them on. Okay. And we also have hand sanitizer. All this is Sam. Sam is making sure everything is here, or people are taken care of. Okay, so what we're gonna do right now is we're gonna press stop on this recording.